Hey guys, this isn't really a story about CM Punk winning the WWE Championship. I know most of you guys are probably aware and in shock, but this is more about a story about the WWE changing its entire strategy around one man. Now, if the latest reports are accurate, Punk isn't necessarily carrying the championship. He's about to become the centerpiece of SmackDown and everything that's happening between now and SummerSlam. And suddenly, that makes a lot more sense. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Shiraz. Welcome to Duality 7X. And I want to talk a little bit about the Soul CM Punk winning the belt. And this is what I wanted to chat with you more because I think there's a lot of fans kind of missing the whole point about this. This isn't just about a title, a destination. This is more about a new beginning, as per se, right? Like, look, CM Punk, he shocked everybody by defeating Sami Zayn on Raw to capture the undisputed WWE Championship. Like, literally after Sami held it for only, a week and a couple days. And now there's new reports that Punk is going to become a regular on SmackDown and make occasional Raw appearances, and that in itself should carry the championship all the way to SummerSlam against the inevitable match battle against the infamous Cody Rhodes. Now, on top of that, Punk has confirmed that he's going to appear tonight, Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Gardens. That's going to be interesting. No real other explanation other than that, no advertised segment. There's just confirmation apparently that CM Punk is going to be there at MSG. So so there's obviously a lot of headlines about that and a lot of people talking about that. But anyways, where the story becomes a little bit more interesting, it's more so than just the championship celebration, because the WWE, I feel, is intentionally trying to create this mystery, this intrigue. They're trying to get people to talk because all these in between lines that's going on. See, if Punk was simply to cut just another happy to be a champion promo, then they'll probably advertise it. Instead, what they want to do is, I think they want people to interpret the what's in between, right? In between the lines, so to speak. They want us to talk about it, which we're doing right now. And the question is, will Cody Rhodes confront him? Will the WWE introduce his first major challenger? Or is there even a bigger twist that nobody sees coming about the whole CM Punk winning the championship from Sami Zayn? I mean, or Sami just holding onto the championship for 9 days. Why? This is exactly the kind of conversation that the WWE wants to see dominating social media, even before the biggest television specials of the summer, right? But there is a bigger picture. And so remember, when in doubt, zoom out. Moving CM Punk to SmackDown isn't just a roster move. This is a business move. And so the reports that I've been reading online, especially on the USA Network, indicate that Punk was featured a little bit more prominently because according to the USA Network, they view CM Punk as one of WWE's biggest attractions, especially as SmackDown has experienced declining viewership in the recent months, which is kind of weird, right? But that tells you everything about Punk's current value. I mean, for the longest time I can remember, it was always Monday Night Raw as the staple, and then you had SmackDown just underneath it, but they were never side by side, right? And CM Punk is not just any ordinary star. I mean, he's got the gift of gab on the mic. He's got amazing ratings. The company knows it, people know it. But to solve like an issue with ratings and the whole creative marketing and the promotion that goes on behind the scenes, that in itself is an entirely different issue. But the question that I think adds to the mystery here, adds another layer, is why end Sami Zayn's reign only after 9 days? This is what a lot of people are are talking about, fuming about, upset about, because it's unusually short for a babyface championship run. A lot of people are not happy about this. Even people who are not hardcore Sami Zayn fans are not happy about this, right? Essentially making Punk's, return, winning the championship very predictable. I mean, I think the WWE was essentially trying to send a message that they're no longer interested in long transitions. They wanted the championship on Punk immediately because I feel that they already know that they're heading over, they're going over this hump over the next several months, and they need some oomph factor. And I think CM Punk brings that, right? And look, I mean, it's sad. It's sad for Sami Zayn. I mean, when we're talking about accelerating the next chapter, and if it's true, and if everything that I say is true, SummerSlam now becomes much bigger than just Punk versus the inevitable Cody Rhodes as this matchup. That in itself is going to happen, most likely. But it simply isn't champion versus challenger anymore. It's arguably two of WWE's biggest superstars fighting over who is going to define the headlines of the company moving into the fall season, right? Both guys going to jostle for that position. CM Punk has done it many, many times before. Cody Rhodes has done it impeccably well. And then you got, the other guys on Raw, like Roman Reigns and what have you. They do it absolutely. They do such a good job maintaining those headlines as well too. But if this is accurate, if the information that I'm hearing and reading is accurate, then the WWE seriously believes that the match between Punk and Rhodes is strong enough to headline probably one of the year's biggest events without having to wait another 8 months. And that in itself is confidence, right? I mean, it's also a big risk, because once you've given fans a dream match early, then you have to make sure that the story essentially continues afterward, right? So anyways, guys, once you played one of your biggest cards, and they have, essentially that's telling us that the WWE is sending a message, and they probably have a little bit more planned than one championship match, I hope. But maybe there's some interference, and there's always interference when it comes to the world of wrestling. Okay, maybe there's a controversial finish. Maybe something happens. Maybe this becomes the first chapter of a rivalry instead of the last, right? Because look, if CM Punk drops the championship immediately, that momentum, everything that we've just witnessed over the last week and a half, it all completely dissipates. It goes. It's gone by the wayside. If Cody loses clean, his momentum will seriously take a hit. So maintaining that balance is not going to be easy. It's going to be tough for the creative team to be able to try to get this right. But that's why I think the venue, Madison Square Gardens, becomes incredibly important here, because you have to understand, Saturday night's main event could quietly set the emotional direction for everything that follows afterwards, right? Maybe Cody Rhodes appears, maybe he doesn't. Maybe, just maybe, another challenger emerges. Maybe Punk cuts a promo that changes how fans view his championship reign. Maybe he turns heel. Maybe, who knows, guys? There's so many different ways this can potentially go. But whatever happens, I don't think that the WWE is bringing their biggest champion to MSG without addressing or advancing probably the biggest storyline on the roster. Nothing happens by chance, guys. This was purely strategic and meticulous in design. Now, if you want to talk about Punk himself, one of the reasons this title reign feels a little different is because it doesn't really rely on his in-ring ability. It doesn't. His in-ring performance is not even in question here. Punk is the kind of guy that creates conversation. There's always some kind of drama that follows this guy, right? Whether good, whether bad, whatever, negative, positive, it doesn't really matter. But every appearance that he makes is absolutely important. Every promo becomes headline material. And whether fans love him, hate him, they pay attention. And that I believe is what the WWE wants. That's exactly what the WWE wants to see, especially when it comes to television numbers, because they matter as much as they do anywhere else with any other network and organization. The views matter. So here's my prediction. I believe CM Punk walks out of Saturday night's main event with even more momentum than he has now. And I think that the WWE is going to use the platform of MSG to officially launch the road to SummerSlam. And I still expect Punk to enter that event as a champion, hands down. That's my opinion. And as for Punk versus Cody Rhodes, well, I don't think we get a definitive ending when it comes to the storyline, but I do expect some controversy as well, because the WWE has too much invested in both men to permanently damage each other, especially this early. I don't think the WWE is going to be in favor of that. But when you step back, the story isn't really about one championship win. It's a lot more than that, right? I mean, it's about the WWE trying to identify the superstar they believe can carry SmackDown through the rest of the year. And that's important. If they can get SmackDown even a little bit higher than where it is today, that's a win for them. The title is simply the symbol of that decision, right? So the real question is going to be like whether Punk proves the WWE right. So I mean, the question I'm going to ask you guys is, what do you think? What do you think happens when CM Punk actually shows up at Madison Square Garden? Is Cody Rhodes going to actually confront him? Or does the WWE have even a bigger surprise planned? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on this, guys. Some people were even telling me, well, what do you think about Oba coming down to SmackDown and really shaking things up? Because you know Oba's after a title run as well, too. That would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty epic, guys, if Oba were to come down. And then you'd have a different challenger. Maybe Brock Lesnar takes on Roman Reigns for the title. Raw's going to be fine. Raw's stacked with really good talent, and so does SmackDown. But for whatever reason, SmackDown has never been par to par with Raw. So I think the WWE can afford to make some big moves and big shifts here. Expect the unexpected when it comes to the WWE, guys. But enjoy Saturday night's main event. And on the heels of this amazing day, we also have Conor McGregor is going to be taking on Max Holloway, UFC 329. That's going to be interesting, guys. I'm out, guys. I'm out of the city right now. Otherwise, I'd probably do an in-depth analysis on. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the pre-conference, the pre-fight conference. It was pretty entertaining. But anyways, when I get back, we can definitely cover it in a little bit more detail. But again, let me know the thoughts and comments. What do you guys see happening here? And like as usual, guys, having the chance to be able to do these videos for you, the pleasure obviously is all mine. Please put your thoughts and comments below. Smash a like and subscribe. Hit the notifications so you guys never miss a beat. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.